think I found the real reason for unhappiness. I was really contemplating this for a while because I deeply felt that it's not really what I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis. And it doesn't even come down to what I'm doing exactly. I'll just I'll just get right to the point. The real reason why we are unhappy, I think, is because we're not doing the thing that we really want to do. Just very simply. So, like, I just noticed this again and again, how I didn't really have a problem even being depressed as fuck. Like, I really didn't feel like that was the problem at all. I think there's definitely some other videos and stuff where they will kind of point out that, hey, you know, happiness is not really an emotion or something. It's like something deeper. And I felt that was true, but I could just never put my finger on what it was exactly. But now I figured out really why. Like, I now I really understand what it is. It's just whether you are living the life that you really want to live deep down. And you kind of know what that is, I think. I mean, if you didn't know, then you wouldn't be unhappy. I guess you wouldn't really care that much then. So you really might have everything. I had this where I was at a point where theoretically I was having great friends, I had a great partner, I had great hobbies, and I was living in the city where I wanted to live, and I had a lot of free time, a lot of freedom, you know. And I just felt like I didn't really want to progress further in that life. I mean, of course, I wanted to progress further, but I felt like it's not really going in the direction that I wanted. And the reason why is just because I felt like it's not the most meaningful thing that I wanted to do. And for me, it's personally just, I think right now, for me, the most meaningful thing is just to pursue kind of spiritual things like the whole enlightenment and whatever. And I don't know exactly, right? But to just understand like reality and myself and stuff, to me that's the most meaningful thing. And I just deeply believe that everything else that's most meaningful to me will come from that, and not from, for example, having a family or stuff like that. Even like even if I had a very stable and nice job and all that stuff, I don't think that I would be very happy if I couldn't still pursue this thing, you know? And so that's what it really comes down to, I believe. So I think the depression and frustration and boredom and disinterest in your life, if you have that, that really comes from like a lack of progress towards what you really want to do in life. Or just, it's not even like there's this life that you want to live, and then there's the life you're living now, and because the life you're living now is different from what you want it to be, you're unhappy. It's not even like that. It's just knowing that you're doing the best thing that you could be doing to progress toward whatever goal. If you're doing that, then it's not even the goal itself, like where you will be happy once you attain it. You will just feel immediately happy. I can just tell you that from my own experience. Like, I just reflected again, and finally it just kind of all clicked together, where I just realized that, yeah, the thing that just frustrates me is this kind of boredom and apathy toward my life. If I just feel like it's not really, if I'm just not really living it in a meaningful way, which would be really living my life in the direction that I want it to be, you know? So again, it's not really about attaining anything. It's not really about being anywhere or doing anything specifically. It's just your idea, whatever it is, right? Whatever is most important to you. If you're just working on that, if you're just living that life, then wherever you are at right now, you're gonna be happy. Like, you might still be frustrated or whatever. Like, you might not feel very good in the moment, but there's gonna be this underlying sense of contentment at all times. And that's what I've noticed. And I really just didn't fully get it until now. And yeah, like everything just kind of makes sense now. Like, I don't know, I don't even really care about the enlightenment or whatever. I just like kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It's just what I said, you know? It all didn't really make sense to me until now. But now I realize, okay, yeah, it's just doing what you want in life. If you're doing what you want in life, you will be happy. Like, there will be this underlying sense of contentment if you are living the life that you want to live. If you're living life the way you really feel like you should, you know? So for me, it's always been like a big dilemma between practicality and what I'm really interested in, because for the longest time I always wanted to live abroad somewhere, and I did that. But in turn for living abroad, I had to sacrifice these kind of personal interests and goals, and I had to settle for things that are just not really as closely aligned with what I want to be doing in my life as I would like them to be. And I think now in hindsight, if I had understood this whole thing a little sooner, then I could have made it work a lot better. Unfortunately, I didn't, so the whole life fell apart now. But still, it's just being on the path that you want to be on. That's really it. And I think if right now you are thinking like, okay, one day I want to be in this country doing these things, and so now I have to grind on this job in my home country. I'm just making an example for what you might feel is most fulfilling, right? And then right now you're just in your home country and you're grinding some job that you're not really interested in. I think it's really gonna come down to like your happiness in that moment, right? Because clearly now, then you wouldn't be living the life that you want, right? If your life is that you want, that you say you want, is abroad somewhere, and you're not abroad, you're just in your home country grinding on something. I think in that case, whether you're gonna be happy in the moment or not is just gonna come down to whether you feel like you're doing the really the best thing that you could be doing to progress toward that as quickly and efficiently as possible. Like, if you're just doing the thing that makes sense the most to you. If you're doing something that doesn't really make the most sense to you, for you to do, then you're gonna feel that frustration and depression and, you know, like feeling like I don't want to be here. And this is what I hate the most, you know, like I've been so apathetic, or how do I say? It's not really apathetic, but more like I've been feeling so much resistance to getting back to working on some goal, because I feel like there's something wrong, you know. Like, what is it, you know? But now I kind of just get it. Like, you really cannot be going and doing some random job if like that job just gets you stuck in a different life more than progressing you toward your actual goals, you know. That's what it really comes down to. So there's nothing wrong with like grinding on a job, but it has to be like the thing that at least in your awareness is like the closest aligned, like the most aligned with what you want to be doing in your life in general. Like, you have some kind of vision for how you want to live your life, right? And you have to just be doing the things that are closest aligned. How do I say that? They are the most aligned with that. That is where it really comes down to happiness, I think. I think if you're like doing the thing that you really think you ought to be doing always, then you're just gonna be happy. Even though of course there's gonna be ups and downs, and of course you're gonna be just sad and frustrated and whatever at times, I think you're just always gonna have that kind of underlying sense of contentment, you know. So that's it. Yeah, comment something if you have some question, or if you have some whatever comments, and yeah, let me know if it helps, and if it did help, then like, so that I know it helped, because otherwise it feels a little bit like, okay, I'm just talking to myself. So it's much appreciated. And yeah, follow for more. Take care. Bye bye.